Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is Friday. Look at this. Where is this place, do you think? Some kind of city somewhere, perhaps? We will find out. It is, in fact, New York. That's right. I should have known that. And definitely, I was like, this kind of looks like New York. And in fact, it was. Anyway, welcome Stream Elements, welcome Ranmu, welcome Incognito, welcome Duck, Nutritious, and Amaya. Alright, so today, we're gonna try doing some Game Boy Studio development. Now, I had tried GB Studio, I think last stream, or actually on Monday's stream. And I was like, I don't really understand. I don't think this is really what I want, you know? But then after I was recommended a bunch of videos on YouTube about how Game Boy works and how GB Studio specifically does things. And I'm like, you know, I guess this could make sense for some games. You know, if I had an idea for a game, it could be a GB Studio game. So we're gonna try. I don't know if we're gonna make like a real game. I don't really have ideas for games. However, I kind of get it now. The Game Boy has very specific limitations, and the Game Boy Studio is pretty good at making games that fit specific templates. So, I mean, I learned about how the Game Boy does like tile management and memory stuff. There's a bunch of stuff, you know. We could try making an example project. What a coincidence. It's not the same though. The Game Boy Advance is very different. I've read that it is very different. Welcome 8-Pull on original Game Boy or Game Boy Color. I feel like it will probably be a Game Boy Color thing, simply because I think it probably looks nicer that way. I don't know. Project name, example. Create project. No, oh god, I chose the wrong project. Oh, actually, okay. Let's start from a blank project. Last time we tried the sample project, and it was a good thing. It was a good demonstration of what you can do with GB Studio. Project array exists. Oh, I already have. What? Okay, let's delete this one. Delete the example project. Yeah, what the heck is spaces? Okay, create blank project. Now let me explain how this works. Okay, I have learned from watching various videos 8K RAM? What are you talking about? What is bro even saying? Oh, you mean the Game Boy? Oh, right, the GB Game Boy. So yeah, we have to actually make assets in different programs. And it's weird because you don't actually, in GB Studio, you don't actually like make tiles and then like draw a map with the tiles. You actually make like an entire map. It's just, you just send it an image of what you want, and then it extracts the tiles from it. So presumably what that means is that we have to like make tiles in a different program and then like assemble them in a different program and then just export a PNG and then import it into this. It's a bit strange to me. Same thing for graphics. So, although I don't really have a graphics setup, I do have LDTK installed. And we can use this to make the levels, and then we can import the PNG of this into GB Studio. But what if I just start off, I just make like some graphics, some character art. There's an A-Sprite update. Wiki says it has 8K of RAM. True. That's plenty. When will you ever need more than 8 kilobytes of RAM? Never. That's right. Anyway. We're gonna make a new thing. A new A-Sprite New sprite size. So the Game Boy, it uses 8x8 tiles, or 8x8 pixel tiles. But you can create sprites that are larger than that. I'm gonna make this one's gonna be 16x16, and we're gonna have, what is this, advanced options. I believe there is a palette that you can load. It's specifically for GB Studio. Edit palette? No. Can I like preload a palette? Load palette. No, I want one of the default palettes. Load default palette. No. How do I okay, I'm gonna look it up. For some reason Firefox is not starting instantly. What the heck was that? You see that? Some program popped up. What was that? I'm being hacked. Okay, with Sprite GB Studio palette. Download the GB Studio palette swatches for, oh, what the heck? They got AI. Wait, Firefox has AI built in now? Add an AI chatbot to the Firefox sidebar to quickly summarize pages? What the frick? What are they doing, man? Okay, Sprite. The Sprite palette. You can download this and then open. Downloads. This thing, okay, it has loaded. We have the palette here. But then how do I change it? Palette size. Can you Sprite load palettes. Default palettes. Okay. You could do this. How do you, don't they have some built-in ones though? Wasn't there an option to like use one of the palettes? Load palette. File, load a default, but then aren't there like default, oh, presets? Okay. GB Game Boy. Okay, but this is not the same as the values supported by GB Studio. So I will actually have to open the specific palette that I've downloaded. This one. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, and then you gotta go grid settings. It's gotta be 8x8. And then there's like properties somewhere, right? Edit, property, preferences. See, it's always confusing because sometimes they have it in file, sometimes they have it in edit. Preferences. Okay, so in preferences, I would like the grid to also be 8x8, which it is. But I thought there, oh, background. Background should be 8x8. Okay. So now we can make a character. I will probably just open a previous one that I've done. I kind of wish that Sprite would show you the entire path, you know, because I have many things that are just named player. What is this one? Player? No, not this one. Welcome Orfish. Gibule Basic. What? What is bro talking about? Open recent. Okay, player. Was it this one? That's a dog. That's not what I wanted. File, open recent. Maybe it's this player. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna, I guess we're gonna copy this one, but convert it in such a way that it works in 4 colors, because as you all know, GB Studio, it has 4 colors. But actually that's also a lie, because for sprites specifically, you only have 3 colors. It's these three, and then everything else is just green color, which is used for background. So you really only have three. Now we're gonna read the documentation. Okay, GB Studio Sprite Palette, Sprite Colors, Sprites. It's gonna tell us specifically you gotta have these, right? This thing, the sprite editor, colors. Okay, it must have these colors. So it's actually these three. These three are colors that are allowed to be used in sprites. I think I have to update this properties to actually be non-transparent. I believe it has to have the green as the background. And how do I do that? Wasn't there a way to set the background? Welcome, Old Man Diabetes. Sprite colors are green, yellow, white, and clear. Probably. Color mode. Okay, color mode, more options. So when I was creating this, I was able to choose whether I wanted it to be transparent. Okay, what if I just make a new one? Index, okay, background. Not really white, but maybe that's, nope. Oh, hold on, I probably have to like go here. I probably have to add a background layer. New layer. Convert to background. Okay, that's there we go. A very bright color here. And then this one, rename it to layer 1. Okay, we're gonna copy this. We're gonna update this such that it works. So we have this one and we put it here. No. Is there a way to like move it and copy? Oh no, come on. Is there no way I have to like, okay, I can copy specifically this. And then if I, oh, look at this. There he is. Actually, does this even fit? No, this one actually goes slightly above. So I might need to adjust the sprite to actually be a bit taller. Let's change the properties. Sprite properties, instead of 16 by 16, it could be, let's see, sprite properties, sprite size. The height is going to be +8, so it's 24. Oh, it stretches it. Let's delete that. Okay, so it's going to be mostly 16 by 16, however, also not. So we have this one here. Welcome, lots of butts. Thank you for the 3 months. Hope you're doing well on this Friday. Okay, we're gonna copy this. Oh no, what the? Can I flatten below? Merge down. Okay, so now we have this thing here. And we can copy from here specifically and paste it there. Okay, this, like, you know, the graphics could be better because, you know, the color scheme isn't entirely there. But you know, we have the idle animation. Let's make a new frame. Right, I can't believe we have to keep doing this. I like to copy. I would like to copy this specifically. So we're copying this, we're pasting it here. Okay, now the question is the colors though. They said it needs to have these colors. So actually this color right here is a bit better. Throw me the idle animation, I'll throw you the rope. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Welcome Z contacts. A sprite is awesome. Is it though? Okay, we're gonna use this. Okay, so this is gonna be the skin tone. Now we don't have too much color to work with here. Because we have to use the Game Boy palette. So the hair color is this. We probably don't need to have two tones for the eyes. It could just be this. I think this could be this, and then this could be this. And then what? And then this is kind of dark for hair color, right? The red is not usually that dark. But also I don't know. It's kind of hard to fit these limitations here. Okay, so we can have, this is the darkest color besides the outline color. And so I guess we have to use the outline color for this. But that means then that we don't have a color to use for this, unless we use this. This could be used for the sweater vest. But then what about this then? Then this doesn't make sense. We don't have enough colors for this. It's too much. There's too much. How does anyone do anything in GB Studio? Okay, what if the hair was this color, and then we used this color? No, it's actually impossible. It's literally it cannot be done. It just cannot be done. Okay, but then what? But then what? So it's like this. Okay, what if Wolfie just looked like this, huh? what if he just looked like that? But think about it though. Like, do you think this is closer? I feel like this, you know, we could do this one. And then what if it was like this? What if perhaps the hair was like this? That's probably good, right? Maybe? I don't know. And we could also do this, right? What if Wolfie could fit in your pocket? That's crazy. What about a triangle under the chin? Yeah, but I was trying to do that, but then it's like, it looks weird with these colors, right? We could have this. It could be like this, but then like what about this one though? This one kind of looks like the face is like there. I mean, we could do this. Maybe that's good enough. It's probably fine, right? It's probably fine. Is the Daily Wolfie wearing a hairsuit? No one really knows what it is. Science has not explained what this creature is necessarily. Actually, maybe this is fine. We can use this color as both the inner outline and also the other. But then now it looks like he doesn't have sleeves unless we did this. Then it separates them. And then you could do this. Maybe this. Perhaps this. Maybe that's fine. Okay, so this is gonna be the idle animation. You delete this one, and then you can move this down by 1. Is that how it was done? This one? Okay, so it goes like that. It's here. And then that goes there. And you could also have this one like this. No, it's a bit hard to read. Let's tag this. We're gonna add a new tag, idle. It's gonna span these 2 frames, and then we copy over the running animation. Right, we have these ones here. Let's make a new one. New tag, run. It's going to be specifically a ping pong the animation. That's the wrong graphic. It's gotta be this one. Should also enable the grid. It is an 8x8. And we're gonna copy from here. And for some reason, it does not copy in the way that I want. What if we just copied like directly from here? Instead of updating the, no, we should be updating. I don't know what I'm saying. Bro is just talking to himself. How's everyone doing today on this Friday? I was watching Northern Line do an Uma Musume run, and I was also doing a run at the same time, and we were at the same point in the career. He was talking about how he only got second in the debut race, and I also happened to also get second at the same time. I was like, whoa, what the? That's me. That's literally what I'm doing right now. It's crazy. Hashtag relatable moments. When you can relate to the streamer. Anyone relating to anyone? Okay, we have this one. And that one. And then you could also, the arm could be there. And then, we could have the outline for this. And that's probably fine, right? That's probably fine. And then also this. Now, here's the thing though. This line is like the same color. So it kind of blends in, but what if it was like that? Imagine relating. Can anyone even relate to relating? Real 8. Me when the 8 was real. As opposed to the fake 8. No one even knows. People, they just don't get it, man. Nowadays, you try to explain something and they just don't understand. Okay, so maybe this is good. We have frame 1 of run. I should also save this. So where is this being saved? Documents /GB Studio. Example. Assets. Where is this? Where is sprites? Player.asprite. Alright, so we have the run, and then we have, you know, the rest of it. Simply just have the rest of it. I wish there was a way to like copy this over and then like map the colors to specific other colors, you know? There probably is some way to do it, but I don't know what it is. But I guess it's also not just a one-to-one mapping. Not even a one-to-one mapping, because I have to like change some things around. Let's just copy these all over for now. Add a new frame. I should be using the hotkeys, right? New empty frame. New empty frame. Alright, so we have this one, we have this one. It's not actually that one. You gotta actually copy from up here. It's a common issue that people just don't understand. Copy from this one. Okay, now we have to adjust all the colors. We should copy, you know, it's sometimes faster to just do the same color across multiple frames. This is what I usually do when I'm making animations. When I have to color stuff in, I don't like choose one color and then go and color everything and then choose another color and color it. I usually like choose one color and then go between various frames and then color everything with that color. Now, I find sometimes that's faster. That's a pro tip for you all. Okay, so we have this, and then we can copy this one. And then just go over the hair like this. And same thing for this one. And also this. Alright. And then, okay, this one has not been colored. So you have to also be doing that. And keep pressing the wrong button. Now you may be like, Wolfie, when is the game development starting? This is all about graphics. I don't know. Okay, maybe I should have had this color down here. It does add some variety. And it also does make it slightly easier for me. Okay. Okay, so then now we have to update this one. This color right here has got to be updated. Imagine not updated. Wait, that looked pretty decent. No, we should have it like this. The red Wolfie thing, this guy right here. Yeah, science has not answered what this thing is. No one really knows, you know? People are often asking, Wolfie, what is that thing that you drew today? And I will respond, I just don't know. It is one of the greatest mysteries of life. To understand what things are. Alright, so we have this one, we have this one. So then you gotta update this color. This color is also the same color as this. Now it's like, now what though? It's one of those Captain Crunch berries? No, they would never. Captain Crunch does not know what he's doing. That guy is a fraud. When was the last time you all had Captain Crunch? It's been years. It's been so long. Perhaps even decades. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. This is probably good, right? And then you can use this one here. I believe you may also need to do this. And then what? And then, okay, and then you do this, right? It's gotta be there. It crunches when you munch it, that's why I like Nestle's Captain Crunch. Is this an advertisement? Hashtag ad. I can't believe this. Okay, we have this one. It's gotta be there, right? It simply has to be. Perhaps this one goes up here. We must also color this in. So this one right here is gotta be like this. Now what do we have down here? It's probably like this, right? You know, I don't know how that looks in game, but it's probably fine. Probably good enough. Alright, so we have idle animation. You have to adjust the duration. It cannot be that fast. It's gotta be like duration. It's gotta be like 500 or something. Okay, this should be good enough for now. Let's export this as sprite sheet. By rows, by columns, there's duplicates, sure. And then sprite, what is this? Sprite grid. Oh, this gives you a preview of what it looks like. So it's going to be borders, no borders, output, frames. All frames. What if you split tags? What does that do? Split what? Oh, I see. You can export the different animations all on their own line. I think that seems like it could be nice for organization purposes. We could also choose to not remove duplicates. We don't have any duplicates yet, but at some point we probably will. Export all frames. I'm gonna split layers. We don't have layers. It's fine. And I thought I set the background. Did I not set the background to be something? Properties, mode normal. File export. Export sprite sheet. Is there a way to include background in export? A sprite export with background. How do they do it? Transparency is lost. Can I change the sprite properties? Property. Transparent color. Can I have it not be transparent? Color mode. More options. Layer. Frame. Sprite color mode. Hold on, are all these colors even allowed? We have these three... Wait, am I using more colors than required? It must have this dark color, which is this one. It has this mid-tone color. Oh, okay, our sprite is not actually allowed to have this color. It's actually not even allowed. Okay, so this is not going to work. Because sprites actually can only have 3 colors in transparency. Welcome Hamflow. Okay, this is gonna be messed up then. So we're gonna have to redo this. I should actually delete this. Is there a way to delete this? Edit color. Delete. Can I delete the color? You can't. Oh my god, what is this? What have I done? What is he doing? Okay, so this is hard. Coloring things in such a way. It looks pretty bad. How did they live with only 3 colors? How do they do it? Game Boy developers simply are built different. I guess we'll fix it manually. Do this and that. Did I welcome Handflow? I definitely saw your name, and then in my head I think I did greet you, but I don't remember. Me when streamer does not even remember. Okay, I guess we'll do this. We will simply... Wait, no, there's a way to replace colors. Hold on, we're gonna go here. Replace color. We're going to replace this color with this color. That doesn't look so bad. Right, can I apply that to all the things? No. Unless I do this. Replace color. This one with this one. Apply. The hair makes it look like you're doing this. No, it doesn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so it did apply to all frames. That's good. We have lost a lot of detail though. But you know, sometimes that's what it takes to make a Game Boy game. That's how it is. Alright. Is there a way to do index mode without transparency? Index mode without transparency. First color unusable in index mode. Useful for transparent layers. You can draw the first palette and the background layer. You change the index. Background from layer. Sprite. Export sprite sheet. Got these colors. And then you can choose to have layers. Sprite grid. Sprite grid. Sprite. Layout. How did I have it previously? Selected frames? No, all frames. Split tags. That's what I wanted. Okay, and then why can I not export? Output file. Player.png. Okay, we're gonna choose file. It's gonna be player.png. Export. Okay, now the question is, did this export with transparency? We will find out. Let's make a new thing. New actor. No, we gotta make a new scene first. Which one of these is a scene? New scene. Okay, and then in this scene, we will add an actor right there. And then the sprite specifically is player. Now, how do we do this though? Actors. Okay, actors, new, actor. This one's gonna be rename player. Alright, and then now what? Now you look at the sprite sheet, okay? You choose the thing we just made. That's the player sprite sheet. And then I should probably read a tutorial on this. Okay, let's look it up. Let's figure out how this works. GB Studio Actor Animation. sprites. It has to be 16 by 16, but I thought it could be larger. Animated sprites. You can make a PNG, you can make an actor, an animated actor. Sprite editor. Okay, sprite editor. You can use project view button and click on sprites. Okay, okay. So here we have player. Okay, this is what we have here. So we gotta have, it's going to be a side view. It's going to be a platformer. And then we're going to have, this is the idle animation. I'm going to take this one, put it there. We're going to take this one, put it here. I would like to align them to the grid if possible. Okay, so this is frame 1, and then we have frame 2 simply here, and also there. Okay, and then moving right. Moving right is there. And this, another frame. Oh, you could just do this. That's much easier. It's actually quite simple. And now this one though. This one is actually like that. And also this one is there. And also this one. Okay, so then this one should also, we should also copy this. Is there a way to duplicate this one? Collision bounding box is 16 by 16. Which is correct. That is correct. But why does it look smaller? Is that not the green thing? Flip right to create left-facing frames. Yes. So you can move these around. Okay, okay, I see. You can create this frame. I'd like to copy this one. Copy this, paste it. Copy this, paste it. Copy this one, paste it. Okay. And we can play an animation. Is there a way to set the speed? It's a bit slow. And speed, zoom size. We have a sidebar, we have composition of sprite, animation settings, frame canvas. Okay, whatever, it's probably fine. So then we go back to the game world, and now we have this character. I'd like to zoom in, please. How do I zoom? I click settings by accident. Shift to zoom in, Alt, Control. It's Control to zoom in. Alright, so this thing, I believe this is the spawn point. And then you choose, it's going to be player. You could probably delete this guy, right? This guy is not even anything. And then I think we have to draw the collision. Collisions. Okay, we can add a floor on the bottom just for testing purposes. We try to see what this looks like. I believe the first time you run it, it takes a while, as I've noticed the last time I tried this. You can also hear my CPU fan spinning. Alright, so there's okay, it's a bit strange, I think, because because of various things. How do I jump? cannot jump. It looks a bit slow. I'd like to speed up the frames, please. I think part of the reason why this is not ideal is because we do have one frame where it goes above, which kind of ruins the 16 by 16 limits. We could also just like have this one be moved downward so that it fits nicely. But also, hold on, this one goes here. We could also just cut off this one, right? And we don't need that top part necessarily. If we restrict this specifically to 16 by 16, I think it would work better. Sprite size 16. That's not what I wanted. Sprite canvas size. Okay, it's going to be 16 by 16 from the bottom. It does go above. I could move this down. But it doesn't look as good though. It looks a bit stuttery. Now this looks better, but the top is cut off. I guess we could like do this. I don't know. That actually looks bad. Let's not do that. Whatever. Okay, let's re-export this. File, export. Export sprite sheet. Overwrite the file. Okay, we gotta go back to sprites. Now this one is all wrong now. Everything is in the incorrect position. Gotta take this one. Oh no, they overlap. You can be overlapping sprites. That's crazy. Okay, so we're gonna select these two. Place it right there. And then this one. Do the same with these ones. Alright, and then moving right. We gotta delete all this, because this is all wrong. So the first one, we got this one. Second one is that one. Third one. And fourth one. Isn't this so fun, guys? Selecting frames. There we go. Okay, and then you copy this one, paste it, copy, paste, copy, paste. Now you try to run it again. And this one should be a bit smoother. Oh, it kind of looks bad though. The idle is also misaligned. Alright, because this should not be there. It's too fun. Ain't no way. Is there a way to speed up the animation? GB Studio animation speed. Speed. Movement speed, animation speed. Alright, so we go back to Game World and then we click on player. Speed 1 faster. Isn't this the fastest? This is already the fastest speed. What if we go speed 6 slower? Oh no, this is fade screen fade. If we click on the actor, player sprite sheet, on player hit How do we, okay, oh, type, it's a platformer. That's why we can't jump. It's a platformer. I've said it incorrectly. It has to recompile everything. Where do we actually set the thing? We have actors, player. This is not real. Delete that one. Movement and animation properties. Animation speed for all animated sprites. Oh, shoot. Zoom in. It feels a bit floaty. How do we change the speed? Movement speed changes how fast. Animated sprites have this much animation. You can read about the movement types. Okay, animation speed. How do I change that? Perhaps by going to sprites. Platformer player. Palettes. Settings. Settings. Color mode, monochrome, color and monochrome. Default player sprite, it's gotta be player, right? Oh, and then you can change the cursor image, you can change the font. Platformer, okay. There are various things you can change. Acceleration, there's a run acceleration. What if we make this maximum? And then walk velocity, there should be no run button. It should be the same regardless. 10,496. Minimum velocity, I don't know, 10,496. Is that too fast? Deceleration should be like infinite. Can we maximum? Let's try that. What does that look like? Whoa, that's fast. The deceleration, I don't know. It still feels like it needs some work. Velocity, climb velocity, minimum velocity. Gravity. Deceleration, so true. They're always saying that. They're constantly saying that. Let's see, we have this one. Color mode. Direction. Movement speed. Okay, let's see. GB Studio set player animation speed. How to change the player's... What? You've been blocked? Right. That is true. I need to turn off my VPN. Welcome, Wed. There is an event you can use for the player. Great. Setting an actor's speed. And set the speed with... Okay, you can... There are events that you can use. So, okay, so let's see. You click on the scene. We're on scene 1. And then I guess on init, you add an event. Actor... Set actor animation speed. Set the player speed to faster. Oh, that's too fast. Set that to speed 6. That's also too fast. Well, okay, hold on. Speed, what about speed 5? Speed 5? Okay, so that looks decent. I think the idle animation is a bit too fast. Now, presumably the way you deal with that is you probably just copy this thing. Probably copy this 3 times. Copy this 2 times, and then put this one back there. And then see what that looks like. So that's probably fine. I still don't like the fact that it is not snappy. The deceleration is not snappy. GB Studio, disable deceleration. Disable, am I working on the risk of something? No, this is just, it's not related to the game jam at all. I've given up on the game jam. I should also drink water. It is 6 p.m. Alright, welcome Porkfu. He's doing it for the love of the game. Love the Mets. Love the Mets. GB Studio platformer. Disable acceleration. Acceleration when turning. GB Studio acceleration. This is it's a plugin. Platformer Plus. Horizontal motion. It doesn't even exist. Air control, default direction, acceleration. By default, the GBS run command adds a small amount of acceleration every frame. Smoothing acceleration. This is good, but often blah blah blah. You can select from styles. Okay, I should probably install this plugin then. How do you install plugins? Thank you, Porkfu, for the 11 months. Game advanced. View. Preferences. Preferences is probably in preferences. Temp directory, music tracker, GBS Platformer Plus, GB Studio, install plugin, installing plugins, create a plugins folder. And place any plugins within this folder. And then I guess you just copy them, you just download them in there. Plugins. Welcome Last Abaka. Platformer Plus Gravity. Platformer Plus. What is the Gravity plugin? Gravity. Changes actors so that their update loop can check for some simplified collisions. I see. I understand. Do I understand though? I should commit this. Hold on. We should not get ahead of ourselves. We should simply commit this first. We have something that partially works. It's here. Okay, we're gonna go cd It's in the documents folder. This is not even in sync thing. We should have this one here. Default. It should be here instead. I should simply copy everything over. Is this the example app? No. Documents/GB Studio. Let's just copy this in here. GB Studio. New folder. Move that in there. Okay, and then we gotta reload the project from the place that I just moved it to. Sync thing default. GB Studio example. Okay. We should also open this one. Sync thing default GB Studio example assets sprites player. Welcome, Delicious Smile. Sync thing, it's always being mentioned. Right, we're gonna commit this. Okay, we're gonna go to what's this thing called? Sync thing / GB Studio example. Git init, git status. Okay, so we have many things. Many things are installed by default. Initial commit. Okay, so now that we haven't even gotten the basics done, we're gonna install a plugin. That's how it works. Okay, we're gonna do, what is this one called? GB Studio Platformer Plus. You can download it from itch. Support for slopes, actors. Is this not? Hold on. 3 months ago. Please update it. Let's download this. Platform Plus. Okay, there's a bunch of things here. Platformer Plus 1.7, is that the one I want, or 2 alpha? What do I want? What do I even want? Documentation here. A rough guide to all the settings. Okay, I guess we will copy this. We will simply git clone. That one. And then we're going to go into the directory. And the plugins. Why is there a zip file in here? Okay, we're going to copy Platformer Plus to wait a second. I'm gonna link GB Studio here. Okay, so we're gonna copy Platform Plus to GB Studio / example / plugins. Copy recursively. Okay, so now it should be in here. Platformer Plus. And then how do I enable it? Do I need to reload assets? And then it's probably like properties somewhere, preferences. No. Settings. Platformer Plus. Look at that, it's loaded immediately. Platformer Plus. Okay, so we're gonna do Wait, does this one, I guess, I don't know why I'm asking you as if you would know. Does this one override these? What if I don't want the acceleration? Minimum jump height. Jump frames. They got coyote time, they got wall kick. Run style, okay. No running. Yes, that's what I want. Let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. Since we've installed a plugin, I guess it has to build everything. Dash input. Dash time. Camera dead zone. They thought of everything. It is taking a while to build. It's probably that's just like a first time thing. Presumably. It is in fact building. So you can tell it's doing something. Ethernet? What the? 16% CPU. Anyway, is there anything even worth talking about? You're like, Wolfie, do you see the thing that happened? And I go, no, what thing? And then you go, oh yeah, totally, there was this very cool thing that happened. And then I go, whoa, that's crazy. What's the deal with things? Imagine things happening. It's impossible. It would never happen. What is platformer camera? They don't have like a readme. I guess they probably do at the beginning, right? Readme.md. Platformer camera adds camera, follow, and camera lead as well as lerp. Will affect other gameplay modes. There is still acceleration. I thought that would have disabled it. Is this not the way it works? Alright, let's go back to platformer. What if we reset all the platformer options to default? And then maybe because we've set them, platformer plus. Okay, so we want a run. No running. Immediate run speed. Is that what I want? I would like to turn off acceleration. Wall jumps, wall slide. Run style. Let's try it. No, it's not going. We should also add the jump animation. Because we don't have a jump sprite and it's just going like invisible. Let's do that. New frame. New empty frame. And why is this the color? What the heck? What? Is this correct? What is this? Wait, why did this change? Oh, wait a second. Why does the background have frames? What if we simply delete it? We can link these. Okay, that's what I wanted. Alright, here we're gonna have the jumping animation. Jumping is here. I'm gonna paste it Gotta be pasting this one. Link, Zelda Link from the Legend, from John Legend of Zelda. Jump. Okay, we gotta change all the colors to match. Copy this one. So it goes here. It goes like this. And then the skin tone is this color. The arms are this color. And then what? And then this one. Everything here is this color. Simply. And also this. And then what? And then we have the hair color. It's also the same color. Right, I was gonna delete this color because this color should not exist. But actually it should exist because what I hate, what does that sound? I hate the fact that that song ends like that. We should swap these colors and then delete the other one. We're gonna have this color is here. Place that. No, actually, no. We want the other way. Apply. And then if you delete this color, that's good, right? Look at that. I guess this one just works. Look at that. We have this. And we could have that. Welcome Choco Jacks. Old school, yeah, we're making a Game Boy game. It can run on a real Game Boy. It's 100F outside. What the F, man? I can't believe that. Why would they be doing that? Okay, let's go to our sprites. Okay, so for the player, we're gonna have the jumping animation. We should also, oh, we also have to like re-export it. File, export, sprite sheet. Yes, overwrite it, please. Alright, then we have these two. It goes right there. Actually, I guess, hold on. The canvas size, it can simply be 16 by 16. We don't need 32 by 32. That's too much. Climbing? Wait, this says climbing? Oh, that's probably a platformer plus thing. Okay, but now we should have jump. Yo, look at that. Welcome Burn V06. Yes, that is me. Oh, look at the jumping. I still want to disable the acceleration somehow. I don't know how to do that. Platformer plus. GB Studio disable platformer acceleration. But who created made.swf? I don't know. It's someone else. Acceleration. Oh, they have graphs. What is this? Jumping. Minimum jump height. Consistent gravity. No, I want acceleration. Horizontal motion. These change how the player accelerates. Air control, change direction, run style. No running. Disables the run ability entirely. Instantly accelerate to full speed. 2 run speed levels. 3 run speed. Can I, what if I set it to no running? Settings. Platformer. Okay, run style, no running. No running. It still feels like there's acceleration. How do I disable the acceleration? Surely if I set this to 0, it's probably not it, right? Run velocity, walk velocity. No, with 0, wait, it is still moving though. If I set it to maximum, walk acceleration maximum, deceleration maximum. There is still acceleration. What is that? GB Studio. Platformer. What are the perfect platformer physics? Default platformer settings are horrible. I agree. Here are good settings. Walk velocity 8,000. Run velocity. I personally don't like run buttons, so true. Walk acceleration, yes, maximum. Deceleration, maximum, I've done that. It doesn't, oh, what is the minimum velocity? If I set this one to 8,000, does that fix it? There is still deceleration. I just don't know. Oh, I also don't like the fact that you can hold jump to jump higher. Jump button, jump velocity. They don't have a way to disable that. Minimum velocity. Hold on, what if we change all of these to this? And then jump velocity is this. You have to have some acceleration. Yeah, but it should be like, it should just go from like not moving to maximum speed. That's my opinion. Minimum jump height. Jump buffer, wall slide, wall gravity. It just feels so floaty. There's something about it. Oh, also, I think the air control, what's it called? Extra jumps, height reduction on jumps, jump frames, minimum jump height, float input. What is that? Wall kick, air control. What is this? Change avatar direction in air. Air deceleration, what is that? Maximum? I don't know. Air deceleration, maximum. Run style, no running. Acceleration when turning. Wait, is that what I want? Maximum. Jump boost from run speed. Float fall speed, float input. Minimum jump height. What if we set this to like 16? What the heck? What about 2042? Can I disable hold to jump higher? Is that a thing? GB Studio Platformer Plus. Disable character running. And change the run velocity to match walk velocity. Jumping. GB Studio, hold to jump higher, disable. Setting jump height. Not currently possible, but will be possible. Posted 5 years ago. Okay. How do I make it so you can't hold to jump? It's not really GB Studio. It's G-Develop. That's a different thing. I would have thought that Platformer Plus would have an option for this. Hold down, set Platformer Plus state. Set to fall state. You can use this to interrupt a dash or jump. Attach script to Platformer Plus state. I don't know. Wall jumps, wall slide, wall gravity. Platformer Plus level controls. Interact button. Climbing. I guess this is maybe the best it's gonna be. I don't know. It just feels weird. This isn't what I'm used to in Vacuous Sugar Quest. Wait, you can wait. If you're already in the air, you could even jump that much higher. Platform jump button, run button, minimum velocity, run velocity. What if jump velocity was 0? Does that mean that you can't jump? Probably, right? Yes, that is true. You can then not jump. Gravity. Oh, gravity while jumping. Okay, if you set this to the same value, 1792, this is probably then what you want. Yeah, okay, so now you can't hold A to jump higher. So then what? You could set this one to 512. And then every jump is going to be... No, every jump is that high. It's got to be lower. I guess higher. I mean, it's going to be maybe like 1,000 and 1024. That's a good value, right? It still feels floaty. Okay, we can perhaps set everything to 1792. And then simply increase the jump velocity. Oh, it's already pretty high though. Now maybe we set this here. Minimum jump height should be... What if it was like this? It's kind of hard to judge what a good value is. Like, that seems pretty good, right? That seems fine. Probably. Actually, I guess this is good. Okay, let's commit this. Add platformer plus. Alright, so now that we have that, we can work on a tile set. We can add some background graphics, perhaps. Let's go to the game world. Alright, this one, the way you do it is you actually just make an image. But I think I'm going to use LDTK for this. We should make a tile set though. What if I simply copied the graphics from Vacuous Sugar Quest? If I just copied these grass tiles. File new. Okay, what are the dimensions for this? Let's make it 128 by 128. Background is going to be white. Okay. And then you also have to load the palette. Load palette. From download, this palette right here. Alright, so in this one, I think you don't have this green palette, right? I believe the graphics here should not have a green. Assets, backgrounds. So it has these 4 colors, so we gotta delete this one. So it has these. Okay. I'm gonna save this. Save as documents. No, sorry, it was in sync thing. Sync thing. Default GB Studio example assets. Tile sets. Tileset.asprite. And then we have the grid setting. It's going to be 8 by 8. And then simply just copy this stuff over. Actually, there's probably a better way to do it. Right? How do you, is there a way in LDTK to do the dual grid system? Is that possible? Dual grid? Maybe. No. Okay. LDT, what was the actual name for it? Dual grid tile map? There was like a better name for this thing. On the dual. Easy level placement. Dual grid system. Tile layers. Now, this is not even specific to GB Studio. What if I just copied something from an existing asset pack instead of making my own? It might be simpler. Itch.io. Let's look for platformer Game Boy. It's got to be in assets, right? Browse assets. Search for tag Game Boy. Okay, any platformer assets here. Platformer. Well, I need both tags. It's gotta be Game Boy. Game Boy and also... Oh no, it has both. Okay. Wait, this one's not Game Boy. What is this? This one's not Game Boy. I need both of them. Is this including one or the other and not both? Snowland. Got this one, that one. These ones, everything is over here. Look at this one. Okay, maybe we don't. Maybe I just make my own. Welcome, Classic Carabelle. Lesbian something, trans something, what? What was that about? Morning. It is not morning. It's actually not even a morning though. This does not look like a good grass sprite. How do people make grasslands? Oh, LDTK. No, it's the level designer's toolkit. I guess grass looks like this, huh? That can't be. That can't be possible. How can grass even look like that? How is that even possible? So we have this grass right here. But then you have this like really dark grass. And this is the dirt. Look at this dirt. It's so dark. Wait, so these tiles are here. You could have the bright green up here. That one is there. It is hard to only have 4 colors to work with. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 of them right there. That's literally all the colors that you could possibly have. Alright, so actually these I think should be inverted. They should be like this. And then copied over. And for some reason, the background is this color. Is that correct? If I simply delete everything. Okay, and then, okay, so on this side you can remove these two. And it would still be fine. Probably. And then, okay, now we're gonna have this. You're simply going to copy this one onto this side. Why does this look so different? Wait, that's not what I copied. Oh, it's because this color is actually not this. I don't know what I'm talking about. Does anyone know what I'm even saying? Kind of just like rambling. It's fine. That is totally fine. Okay, and then you have this one on the side. It's got to be like this. And then the same thing, but on the right side. So you got to take this one. And then copy that down there. Okay, this one is here. And then you gotta have this color, right? This color. It's always gotta be there. Welcome, Halconis Buo Narodi. Can be real comfy listening to someone ramble though. What about Ramble? What am I saying? What about First Blood 2 Ramble? Remember that classic movie? Action hero of all time. Property. Okay, transparent color. How do I set the background color? Is that a thing? Properties, background. Like, you can set this when you make the document, but then it's like after that you can't really. So like, what's the deal, huh? Why is that? You set this. You could be setting this stuff. It doesn't even work. I don't know. What if I make a new document? Wait, layer properties? No, that's not it. Color mode, index, more options, duplicate, properties, transparent color. There should be no transparent color though. This one should not have transparency. Okay, what if we make a new one? We set the background to be white. And then here, is this a 16 by 16? No, I want to make a new one. It's going to be 128 by 128. The background is white. And then we're going to load the palette from before. We're going to have the downloads folder. We're going to have this one. And then you got to delete this one, right? So we have this palette. Now if you delete this stuff, okay, it has the same thing. I don't know how to set this. Is this the color that's being used? Properties. Background. Mode normal. What if I make a new layer? And then set this to be background. You can't. Unless it's on the bottom, probably. What if I deleted this one? No, because then we have to copy this stuff, right? What if I copied this to this layer? And then deleted this one. Okay, now we have a transparent layer. Then we make a new layer. And convert this one to background. Okay, but then you just do this. That's probably the way to do it. It's probably fine. Alright, so now we have this grass though, right? This grass right here. You want to make a tileable system. So we're gonna rotate this one. Is there a way to rotate selection? Rotate 180. But then the bottom, you don't really need this stuff, right? It could simply be this. And then you have this one there, and this one here. Whoops. And this could also be here. Now how did I do these colors? We have 1, 2, 2. Is this open source? It is not open source. Actually, no, it is open source. Well, arguable. It is source available. If you know how to compile it, you can use it for free. But they don't provide pre-compiled binaries unless you purchase it. But I would recommend buying it. It's pretty good. Alright, so we have this. You could simply do this if you wanted. You could add some variety, you know, to these. It's a pro tip. Look at this. Okay, so we have some grass. You could consider maybe having some waves in the middle. Welcome Zoe, welcome Probs Not Jack. Sauce available. It doesn't even make sense. That grass is looking great. Is it though? The original one looks so much better. I guess we do only have like 4 colors. Okay. So let's export this one as a PNG. Let's put this one as tileset.png. Relative to this one, export it. Format PNG doesn't support layers, that's fine. Source sauce, I know. I understand internet lingo. Alright, so now we have LDTK. We're going to make levels using this. New. I'm gonna go back, we're gonna go to sync thing, default GB Studio example, assets, backgrounds. Okay, we're gonna have levels.ldtk. Then it's been a while. We're gonna go to, what is it, tile sets, new tile set from tile sets. Tile set. Oh, you can load directly from Sprite. Wait, that's good. I don't need to export this then. Hold on. We can simply delete this one. We don't need it. We can simply load from this one. Could not read file. Tileset.asprite. What? Can you read this one? Alright, I guess for some reason it could not read it. Don't really know why that is. Okay, so now we have this. We have tile set. How do I rename this? Rename. I would like to rename this, please. Oh, it's here. Okay, and then we're gonna make a new layer. New layer, auto layer. The beauty of sprite art is you can move around individual sprites until you sculpt the form you feel most comfortable with. Or in this case, the one that looks more like grass. True. I should add like actual grass though, you know, from like this. You can in fact have grass. This is my default grass that I draw. All of the grass always looks like this. You can have on the bottom, it can look like this. And then you could have other grass. You could have a variety of grass. So much grass you don't even know. Right there, that's 2 different types of grass. Alright, this is going to be an auto layer. It's going to have grid size, something, int grid layer, what? Hold on, let's delete this. Let's make a new one. Integer grid. Okay, this is going to be tiles, grid size 8 pixels. Grid values, dirt, maybe. Select the tile set. We have tile set here. Edit rules. Okay, this is what we want here. Add a use assistant. Okay, this is our grass here. And then you just click which one corresponds to which one. That goes there. This one goes there. This one's here. And that one, and this one. There's probably a better way to do it. But I just don't know. Okay, and then you create the rules. And now when y'all look at that, it looks so good. Wow. It looks great. Dirt. Grass. It's awesome, right? Is it turf? No, it's grass. It's literally there. Okay, what if it was like this? And then the bottom, we could make the level smaller. Right, and then save. Is there a way to make like a background color? Also, I should, like, if I re-export this, hold on. Why can't I load tileset.asprite? What is the reason for this? I don't know. I guess we're gonna re-export this. Export as. And then is there a way to update this? Tile set edit rules. We have the dirt layer. Okay, we're gonna add a new group. This one's gonna be grass. And then, okay, so this one says, wait, what? Where? We change the how does this work? Why is this suddenly now all black? But now it's fine. What? Oh, it's because, okay, it's because this one should be below, right? I think. And then, where is my tiles? It's gone. What if I delete this one? And then I go back here. Dirt. Tile set layer. Tile sets. Oh, it's because the file could not be found for some reason. So if we reload this one, okay, now it's good. Alright, then you update the rules. We want to randomly spawn grass. Create empty group, grass. We'll move this up. And then you can add a new rule. This one is going to be if there is dirt below and there's nothing here, then you could have these two. One of these two, perhaps. And then how do I apply it? Okay, so it works all the time. There's a way to assign like a probability, right? Random probability, maybe like 5% chance, maybe 10% chance. Okay, and then we need to have a solid background. We can make a new layer. It's going to be... Wait, there's probably a way to set it here, right? No. Layers. Let's make a new one. It's going to be background. Is there a way to do it? LDTK set background. Auto layers, background. Background. Village sprite. Do I have an archive of my funny creatures? I don't have an archive necessarily, but I think I did have a tier list. From 2024. It has not been updated for this year, but if you wanted to find the ones from last year, this one is available. Okay. Backgrounds. How did they do that? What is this? How did they add the backgrounds? You can do backgrounds with the tile layer. You have to specify the tile size when defining the tile set. How do you do it? Add tiles. Where's the documentation for this? Oh, there's a background image. I see. So you can go to levels. And then here, oh, you can just set the background color. I see. I'll add this one to my game. The fish? You could do that. Okay, how do I get this color? I would like to obtain this color. If I set this to this. Oh shoot, look at that. Okay, now I believe there's an option to export this. How do I export this as an image? Export as PNG. Can I get one PNG per level? One PNG per layer and one per level. Level name underscore layer name. Also export level background. Yes. That would be good. Save. Okay, but then how do I export it? When is it exported? Example, assets, background, levels, PNG. Oh, shoot. Level 0 tiles. Wait, okay, maybe I don't want to export, how do I, project settings. One PNG per level. Oh, that's what I wanted. One PNG per level. And then save. And then if, okay. Oh, it also deletes the files. Interesting. Background. Okay, can I export them in the same directory? What is this one? Placeholder. Levels. PNG. Can I change the directory that they're exported to? PNG file names. Export Directory. Advanced settings? No. Alright, whatever. That's probably fine. Let's reload assets. And now I believe if we go here, we can probably change the background. Oh, look at that. Oh, shoot. And then you can set the collision. This is the annoying part about GB Studio. I kind of wish they had like a built-in way to like just add the collision for you. But it seems you have to do it manually. Also, yes, I should drink water. That is true. But we gotta try this. Oh, shoot. It works. Amazing. But now we're stuck down here. Alright, I'm gonna drink water now. Okay. Also, the ice cream truck is outside. That's cool, right? That's pretty cool. So now we can test. Let's see if we update this thing. What if we just have the grass up here? And then we save it. I should probably look up why LDTK cannot import from Asprite. Asprite files won't import. There was a change in Asprite file format which will be supported in this version. It's done, but it doesn't work. This was in 2024 though. Am I on like an old version? LDTK 1.5.3? 1.5.3. No, that's the latest one. It should be supported. But it's not. It should be, but it's not. New version broke things? No, I'm sure that people would notice. Surely, right? Obviously. I guess we have to export manually. But then this one doesn't reload it. Alright, because if I have to save this, and then I have to open this, and then this thing should update. If you reload assets. Welcome, Tag Barrel. Yes, we are in fact gaming. Wow, look at this. You could literally play this on the Game Boy. Okay, now I want to see if there's a way to make the hitbox smaller so that collision is not so specific. It seems alright. I should probably commit this. Alright, let's see. Git status. Git add everything. Add level using LDTK. How's it capitalized? LD capital, TK lowercase. And then it has this thing. Oh, wait, this is wrong. See, that's the issue, is when I update the things in LDTK, it doesn't get updated here. It's a bit annoying. I could probably update this value. I could have a script that reads the collision values and then just update whatever this is. GBS res. How does that work? So it has collisions, which is something. It is some encoded version of something. And then I could have a script that loads the LDTK file, goes through the int grid, which I believe is here, and then convert this thing into collisions to be written to this scene. Then I would need to do something. Collisions. Hold on. We could look up how that's done. Actually, maybe I should do that off stream. Feels like it would not be that interesting for for stream. Actually, no, it would be interesting, right? Probably. But I guess the issue would be that it would set all of these. So we would need some sort of algorithm to be like, only get the ones on the edge. Because I don't know, maybe this affects performance, you know? Like if we have all these things, then maybe it's too much. There's too much stuff happening. I could also just do this. Wait, could I have done that the whole time? No, but it would not have auto-updated. That's the issue. Wow. Looking good. Looks pretty good. Very nice. You can also set colors. I believe there's a way to set colors for actors. Where's the settings? Settings, color mode. What if it was color only? Now what? I guess it has to rebuild everything. Do you know the way that the Game Boy Color worked is that every 8x8 tile can only have 4 colors? So it's like if you had a sprite that was made of multiple tiles, they would have to have different, like this part could only have 4 colors, but it could have a different set of 4 colors than this part. So you could have it so that this thing was red, but then down here this thing could be blue. So it depends on how you structure things. And I think that's pretty cool. Probably. Oh, but now everything's red. Everything is so red. You could also make it green. That's the global default. Sprite palettes. Okay, so how do I set the player sprite palette though? That's the question. Palettes? Sprites? Can I set these colors somehow? Seems like you can't do it in here. What about this thing? Onion skin. Palettes. Default background is this one. It sure is taking a while. You know that GB Studio is an Electron app? Oh, this looks pretty nice. But it's a red. The grass is a red. Welcome, Legendary Cerberus. Oh wait, how do I set the hitbox? That's what I wanted to do. Sprites. Is it possible? Oh, collision bounding box. Collision bounding box. So you could set it to be, let's see. Instead of 0, it could start from maybe like 4. And the width could be 8. The height being 16 is fine. Okay, that seems slightly better. It could be maybe instead of 4, it could be 6. No, it could be 2. 2 and 10. And 12. No, maybe what it was before was fine. Or maybe 3. 3 and 9. 10. Welcome, Ultra. Yeah, 3 and 10. Surely that's good, right? That looks better. Okay, but I'd like to change the default background palette to be the green one. Is there a way to just copy colors from... Can I just swap these two? Is that a thing? Reset palette. I don't know. I guess I could do it from here. You set this one to that one. That doesn't work. Palette. What if I manually made everything here green? Okay, that. Oh, look at that. We got color. The background's green. We're red. Amazing. It looks pretty good, right? Looking good. Now I think the hitbox could be better if it was a little bit smaller. The sprites. I think 2 and 12 is good. Wait, no, that's the opposite. 4 and 8. Yes. That seems better. Also, I think you're right about the line. I think we probably don't need this line. Probably don't need this. Do we though? Do we need this line? The eye does look like it's doing a face. What if it was like this instead? What if? And also the fact that this frame goes above and gets cut off is not ideal. And I also don't know a good way around it. Like I could add this here. But I think that looks weird. It looks strange. I don't know. Does anyone even know though? Repeat last export. We could also remove another one. Another one. Or just remove the entire thing, perhaps. Remove this, remove that. And then also re-export. Okay, then we just need to remove the entire outline. I guess we just don't need this. There's simply no need for it. But then what if that makes this hard to read though? What if the lack of outline is killing us? Don't even know. We simply just don't know. Also, this looks weird. I think it should be like this. Maybe. And then this could also be there. Still readable. That's good. Alright, then you delete this one. And then what? And then you export again. Actually, that looks fine. It looks perfectly acceptable. Yippee! Okay, I'm gonna save this. What did I change here? I changed some things. Oh, we changed the color. Change color and sprite outlines. We can make it so that this red is a little bit less, or the outline could even, the outline could even be blue. Wouldn't that be cool? Palettes, this one right here. Oh wait, it's already kind of blue. What the heck? What if it was like this blue? Can't tell. I can't tell if that... Oh no, this is the background palette. Is that different? What if I made this one like this? What does that look like? That's the same. Is it because I didn't save? Is that what it is? Oh, this is default sprites. Okay. It's a different thing entirely. Default sprites. Okay, so this one could be dark blue. Oh shoot, look at that. What if it was like a lighter blue? Whoa. And then this red could be... It could be a saturated red. There. Interesting. It's probably a better red. What if it was this red? What if it was this bright red? It doesn't actually look that bright in the game. If we maximize the brightness and then do this. It looks the same. Is it because I didn't save? Let me save this. And then it looks. Why does it look the same? What if I made this one really bright blue? Wait, but that word is it the fact that the Game Boy doesn't have this shade of red? Is that what it is? But then why would they have this as an option if I can't even use it? If I use the brightest shade of red, it still doesn't work. Is it because it's using this red? Do I not actually have this red in my sprite? Oh, wait a second. I thought sprites were only allowed to have 3 colors. Am I mistaken? Why do they have 4 options here? Weird. Looks like we have these 3 colors. Because it's got transparent and then the 3. So that makes 4 colors. But it's not there. This color is not even used. Or maybe some sprites don't have transparency. Maybe those are the ones that are affected. I don't know. Let me try this. Yep. There it is. What is the closest shade of red to my red? It's like this. Like that. But then this one has got to be darker. Oh, it's really bright. Okay, what if it was a bit less bright? What if it was like... What if it was like this? That's probably fine. Well, that's cool though. Alright, now what? Now what do I do? I could have the thing that... I could write a script that auto-populates these collisions. It's possible. You know, you can also paint things different colors. You could have this thing be... Hold on, can I undo all this? You can paint the entire thing green, but then you can have specific sections be red. I don't know how to do it. There is some way that you can do this. Alright, you can click on this. So you can have an area that is green, and then maybe this area is red. Whoa, wait, that actually looks kind of nice. This could be like the desert area, and then it goes into like the grassland. Perhaps. I don't know. There's things you could do. A lot of things out there. Now what? Now what though? Game Boy Studio also has different modes. It's not just platformer, it also has like top-down mode, but then I guess I would need to make sprites for that for it to make sense. What do I do now? I'm gonna expand the level. What happens if you fall off the map? What happens then? Does the player just die? What the? Oh, the collision is gone. What the? Did I delete all the collision? I think I probably clicked something by accident. There's probably some way to do it. What is this? Magic brush? What the heck is that? What does that do? Alright, I think I should write a script to do this, because this is a little bit tedious. But then we have to know, like this level, we need some way to link this level to this scene. I guess I could have them name the same thing. And then I could have this script go through and be like, yeah, this one here. I also need to figure out how they're compressed. Collisions. GBS res collisions. DB Studio. What the heck? New York Docs. He lives in New York. GB Studio collisions. GB Studio collisions compression. Is that what I want? How are the values compressed? GBS res format. I definitely saw a thread somewhere that explained how they compress these values. Project editor, set after collision size. GB Studio. Generate collisions. Is that what I want? Source engine collision tools. That's not what I want. Dynamic collision. Is that what I want? No. I should have saved it. Sometimes you find a thread, you're like, oh, I probably won't need to do this. And then, like, you vaguely remember. It's like, I kind of remember some time ago I searched something. And there was a thread somewhere that had the exact answer to a question that I did not know that I had. But now I can't find it. Wait, GB Studio is open source, so I could just search. I could find out how this collisions is actually implemented. Oh, come on. Can't even search the code. Collisions, compression. Pull request. Is this a new song? No, this is an old song. It sounded new. The beginning was not recognizable. Wait, hold on. Collision and tile color data has been compressed using the zlib, stored as a base64 encoded string rather than a raw byte array. But that was some time ago. Is this zlib compressed? GB Studio zlib collisions. Generates collisions programmatically. Dynamic collision, scenes, projectile wall collision. Okay, what if I search on my main browser, on my main computer, to see Reddit, my Reddit search history. History, show full history. Let's see, GB Studio. I'm pretty sure it was a Reddit thread. Just search Reddit. I know you can't see what I'm searching, but it's definitely there. Oh, here we go. How are collisions stored in the scene GBRes file? So they had the same question. We have collisions is stored here. It's a form of simple compression. Previous versions stored a collision map as a raw array. New collision is saying tile 0FA for 4 tiles. And this for 2 tiles. This is run length encoding. Hold on, I think we're quite close. I figured it out. Take this example representing 4 rows of a 16 tile wide scene. 0F means a collision. 0, 0 means an open tile. So it's 3 plus 0F3 means 3 collisions in a row. 0, 0D is D open tiles. That is the first row. 0F4. Next row is complex. And then next row is fun. That seems complicated. The code to compress the stuff is found here. It was something I added around the time the GPS res files were introduced. Oh, they have, they got test cases? Bro. Amazing. Okay, so I could simply copy this code. If I wrote my script in JavaScript, I could probably just reuse this. Compress 8-bit number array. What are the number values though? Probably 1. 1 and 2. An array of numbers returns a string. And then you can decompress it with this. You have the length, you have the last value. Can I do this in the next 20 minutes? Probably. I could try it. Actually, this doesn't seem that complicated. It's only like 20 lines of code, right? So what is this doing specifically? If not array, so if the array is empty, return empty string. Otherwise, last value output count. Okay, let me just write a thing in Python. You're like, why Python? Why not JavaScript? Why would the code is in JavaScript? You know, you're right, I should. I've convinced myself that I should probably write this in JavaScript. Which means I could just copy it. I could simply just copy the code. So we're gonna have a scripts directory. We're gonna have set, what do I call this one? Set collisions .js. And then I'm just gonna copy this. It should not be .js. It should be, it's actually TypeScript. However, I'm just gonna do this because we don't really need to install TypeScript for this. You're like, oh no, but my type safety. Wolfie, what are you doing? You're removing all the type safety. Oh no. It's fine. Okay, it should be update collisions. So we have these here. Let's just try to test if this works. So if we do decompress 8-bit number string. How do I can't paste it. Copy, paste. Okay, decompress 8-bit number string. We take this value right here. And then what is it? Console.log. And then we do node scripts update collisions. Unexpected token export, right. Should just be this. It should just be this. Okay, so we have an array of items. Which means, so if I set this here and I save it, we should expect to see a 1 at the top. No, it's not there. Oh, right, because I didn't update my thing. If we copy this value that has been updated and put it here, whoops, that's the wrong thing. What happened to that Walfer? No one really knows. I would have expected to see a 1 here, but that was not the case. So obviously something is wrong. Oh no, I copied the wrong value. Okay. So this one should have a 1. Oh, it's a 15. What the heck is a 15? What the heck? We should have 3 15s in a row. If I were to copy this value. There are 3 15s. Now what is the 15? What even is this 15? Solid is 15. Collision top. Collision bottom. Collision left. Collision right. And ladder. I should probably just have this read from the file instead of me having to copy paste it. 10 plus 5 for real though. Alright, so we have, what do we have here? Scenes / scene 1. Import. How do JavaScript imports work? Some import fs, right? Is that what it is? Fs. Fs dot. No, that's Python. Node.js read file. Read file. Required node fs. What the heck? Wait, which is the preferred thing? Is this the new thing? Import fs from node fs. I don't remember this. It did not used to be like this. This is totally new. All right, fs read file. and then a bunch of other stuff. They have a synchronous version now. That did not exist. That was not a thing that existed back in the day. All right, fs read file sync. It's going to be, what is the path? It's going to be project scenes, scene 1 something GB res const data equals. Now data is a buffer. I would like to turn this into a JSON somehow. But there are chunks. Read chunk. Read file. Oh, you can just do a wait. Hold on. Read file. Await. Await has no effect. What do you mean? What do they mean? It has no effect. Read file, file path, create read stream. There's gotta be a simpler way. Read file as JSON. It's gotta be simple. fs read file path options, read JSON parse, read file function, loading a file using the require function, reading a JSON file using the file read sync. I guess I could just do this. No, because we don't know it at runtime. We should probably do it this way. Okay, so we have read file here. And then we have a function, error data, welcome Yuko. And then this one, we have this. We have error, throw error, and then we have data, constant JSON, and then you want to get JSON dot collisions. Decompress 8-bit number string, JSON collisions. Console.log. Cannot use import statement outside a module. All right. Require fs. Const fs. Require fs. File is a common JS module. It may be converted to an ES module. What are they talking about? Okay, so that works. Oh, these are just bit flags. Hold on. So let's see. Top collision is 1. Middle collision. Is there a way to write it as binary? JS print int as a binary. What the heck? That's not what I want. How do I convert an integer to binary? Dec to bin. Interesting. Okay, so in here we have const flags equals for flag in, is it of flag of flags? Does anyone remember? for const flag of flags, parentheses, console log, this thing, flag 0 to string 2. There's a large number of values here. Many such values. Okay, so we have oh, that's for 15. Okay. So up, so it goes from, let's see, up, down, left, right. Up, down, left, right. And then a ladder. A ladder is this one. I see. So because these are all solid, they should all have 15. I understand. I'm sure everyone watching this is like, that makes total sense. That actually makes so much sense. I'm gonna actually note this down. So this one, ladder. And then this one is, wait, it's the other way. This, the right one, this one should be right. And then this one, okay, this one, is there a better way to do this? Hold on, what if it was simply like that, and then we did this? Okay, so that's right. That's left. And that's down. And this one is up. Why do I need the? I don't even need these. This, okay, maybe this, perhaps this. Or what if it was actually like this? There. All right. Yeah, that's good, right? So now we know what all the flags mean. We understand why this one is this. So now I need to read the things from levels.ldtk. I need to say that anything that has int grid of 1 should be 15. And then we need to do a bunch of stuff. Now, I don't know if I can do this in the next 5 minutes. I guess I'll probably do that off stream. Possibly. But I also need some way to like link this scene to this what is it called? This value in this LDTK file. Alright, I need to somehow say this layer, this one that's right here, levels, level underscore 0 should be related to this one. It doesn't say which file it came from, which would be nice. Update collisions. I didn't even realize that they had a built-in git ignore. I should also say that this was copied from here. And you gotta also include the license. You cannot forget to include the license. If you're copying code, you gotta check the license. Okay, so that's there. You could also make this look a bit nicer. By doing this. Compress 8-bit number array is declared, but its value is never read. Right, because we don't actually use that. Copy pasta, so true. So how do we link these two? We would like to say identifier is here. We would like to say this here. Actually, in LDTK, you can specify arbitrary things based on the level. You could add a criteria. You could be like, add a custom field to this level. And that field could be maybe the scene file. Actually, could you make it a string that oh, you could have a file path. Oh shoot, and then you could choose the file that this corresponds to. General settings, field identifier, file. The GB, what is it called? GB res file. DBS file associated with this level. File extension, GBS res. I guess this is implied by the extension. Is optional, sure, display in editor, do not show. Type file path, okay. And then can you, oh, and then you could choose the file, oh my god. Okay, and then from here, you gotta go to, what is it called? Project scenes. Project scenes. Scene 1. Scene.gbs res. Okay, and then once you've saved it, in here, you should have gbs res. Okay, so there's a relative path to this, which is cool. But what if we rename it though? Is that a thing? If I rename this scene to be... Wait, can I even rename these? Scene 1. Rename. Can I rename the scene? I guess not. Maybe not. Oh yes, you can. Okay. Intro. If I rename this to intro and I save it, does this one still exist? It doesn't exist. Okay. But since this no longer exists, this is now invalid. But there's no... It doesn't tell you that it's invalid. Is there a way to force it to recheck? Okay, locate file, project scenes, intro, scene. That's the wrong thing. Edit file. No, you want to change the value. Scenes, intro, scene. Okay, so that is saved. But then the old one is still there, right? What if I save this here? But now this is gone. Scene 1. Okay, so now, okay, it was only saving that because it was open in Vim, I guess. Project, scenes, wait, it's still there. This thing should not be there. But why is it there? Is it because I haven't built it? Right, the collisions are all gone because it's messed up now. Anyway, I guess that's probably it for today. I learned some things. It is actually kind of nice. GB Studio. I think most of the issue is me making graphics. Is that having only 4 colors to work with is kind of hard. Welcome Polyglitch. Is that a Bigfoot Wolfie? What, this one? I don't know. No one really even knows, honestly. Literally no one even knows. But I could consider making a game in this engine. You can also mix and match various things. Welcome Gallon TNT. The sprite is cut off. I know. That was an issue with the fact that the sprite has to be 16 by 16. It doesn't actually have to. It could technically be slightly larger. Wait, can I make it something that's not a multiple of 8? Oh, you can. Wait a second. I could consider doing that. I probably should. I think I tried doing that earlier and I had some issues with it. I think it's due to the way that the Game Boy like groups its sprites together. Is that things are grouped by 2. It's an 8 by 16 set of sprites. Does GB Studio take lag into account? It generates a real Game Boy ROM, so it depends on where you're playing it. I believe the emulator they use probably does consider it. You could actually load it into whatever Game Boy emulator you want. You could even load it onto a real cartridge. On your real Game Boy. Anyway, I will consider updating the sprite size to be a bit larger. Because it is kind of nice to have a little bit of like overflow, you know? Not everything can fit perfectly in 16 by 16. But it also makes it less performant. You might have a bit more lag if your sprites are larger. I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Did I make changes? I probably did. Don't save this one. Do not save this one. Alright, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. You know, Game Boy Studio also does top-down and also side-scrollers. Or as in, like, shoot-'em-up side-scrollers. So we could try a few more things some other time. But anyway, that's gonna be it. Let's find out what day it is. Let's raid someone. National Lemon Juice Day. Just so you don't make the game too pretty and have it unplayable on real hardware. No, the Game Boy, it's pretty powerful. Relatively. Chop Suey Day. Let's do National Lemon Juice Day raid. National Lemon Juice Day raid. Is there a lemon and juice emoji? Lemon emoji. Lemon emoji. Yeah, that one is right there. Oops. Actually, I actually pasted the MIT license that I copied. Anyway, okay, you can copy Probably Not Jack's raid message. Alright, let's see who's streaming. Who is out here streaming today? There are a bunch of people. I wonder if anyone else is doing like GB Studio stuff. Software and game development. Who's streaming some of this stuff? GB Studio. No, it's just me. Okay. Game Boy? If I just search Game Boy? Nope, it's just me. Alright then. Actually, not as many people as I would expect in the software and game development category. It's a bit surprising. It is Friday. I guess people are out doing things. I guess I will send you to somewhere. To some person who is streaming. What about this person? This person who I don't know. That is not English. They are not speaking English. What about this person? They appear to not be talking. Okay. Okay, what if I don't send you to someone doing game dev? What if I send you to someone that I know? We can raid, what about this person? Nope, they're on a BRB screen. Okay, what about this? Okay, they're also on a BRB screen. It's actually messed up. I'm trying to find someone to raid and everyone is like not there. Okay, what about what about this guy? What about Nabunan? He's streaming. He's streaming something. Germa is streaming, yes. But I will not raid Germa. He's got he doesn't have enough people watching. See, I can't raid someone unless they have at least 10,000 viewers. Okay, no, actually he does have 10,000. 11,000? I can't raid someone unless they have 11,000 viewers. As we all know, Nabunan has 11,000 viewers right now. Anyway, that's gonna be it. I'll be back tomorrow on Saturday with some Saturday something. Variety Saturday. It's also what am I saying? Something. Hello and also goodbye. What was I saying? I don't even know. Yes, it's also Labor Day weekend, right? Something. That's fun, right? That's some good times out there, probably, maybe. I don't know. Labor Day. It's not even today. It's Monday. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.